What is the one thing you would say
Yeah.
to help counter digital dementia?
So there's not a magic pill, but there certainly is a magic process. There's something called the Pomodoro technique that's saying that our attention really is, after 25, 30 minutes, it dips. And then if you took a 5-minute brain break to do just three things: hydrate, we talked about the power of water; breathing. A lot of people are tired from sitting all the time because their posture is slumped over, and the lower 1/3 of our lungs absorbs 2/3 of the oxygen. So a lot of time we get tired when we read just because we're not breathing. And the third thing I would recommend is movement. As our body moves, our brain grooves. So a standing desk, some people take breaks just to, get up and stretch.
Right.
Even if when people listen to your audiobook, which is fantastic, by the way,
Thanks.
or a podcast and might be listening to this,
Yeah.
and they're on something elliptical or a rhythmic,
Right.
they'll learn it and retain it better. Because as your
Wow.
body moves, you create brain-derived neurotrophic factors, which is like fertilizer for your brain.
Well, I can only imagine there's been the pandemic where we're all sitting a lot
Yeah.
more, right? And then we're also entering a new, more immersive era of the internet where we connect more through, in the most basic level, through Zoom and that type of thing. But our children are going to be growing up in video games and these more virtual experiences, say Decentraland or Sandbox,
Right.
and there's going to be even more distractions, and they're just going to be more immersive. So, do you worry, as someone who studies the brain, that we will have new distractions and a new level of distraction?
I would say one thing I would help people to remind them is that technology is a tool for us to use. But if we're picking up our phones mindlessly, just out of habit or boredom, then the technology is using us. Then who becomes the tool, right? Then we become the tool, and that's not really the goal. One of the suggestions I would recommend, everybody has a to-do list. I would really highly recommend, when we're talking about patterns of performance, to have a not to-do list. And that when you say yes to somebody or something, you're not saying no to yourself. And on the top of your not to-do list is, I would recommend not touching your phone the first half an hour a day and the last half an hour a day.
Interesting.
And I know it's difficult, but when you wake up, you're in this alpha, theta, very relaxed state of awareness. And if the first thing you do is pick up your phone, you're retraining your brain, literally rewiring it for two things that are hurting your productivity and your performance. Number one, and certainly peace of mind. Number one, for distraction, right? Because every app notification, like, share, comment, cat video is driving you to distraction, with the dopamine, the things we talk
Right.
about. And not only is it rewiring your brain for distraction, it's also rewiring your brain for something equally detrimental, which is reaction. If you want to have a quality life, you have to be very proactive. But if you wake up and you get one voice message, social media message, text message, it can hijack your mood for the rest of the day. And all of a sudden you're on the defense and you're fighting fires. So the idea here for me, really simply, I lay in bed and I imagine, somebody asks me, a family member, like, I come back at the end of the day and they say, how was your day? And I say, it was amazing. I crushed it. And then what had to happen in order for you to say that, in order for you to feel that way? What are three things personally and three things professionally? And I would hold on that, because it's not even about time management for me. It's about attention management. It's about priority management. And I think the most important thing is to keep the most important things the most important things. And so have those three intentions, personal and professional, and then touch your phone, then answer those emails.